Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here, and today I want to talk about the cars that are missing in Forza Horizon 4 but have surfaced in the upcoming latest game of Need for Speed Heat. Now, I must say currently Forza Horizon 4 is the best open world car racing game you can buy, with the largest selection of cars at over 600 to choose from, absolutely stunning graphics and wonderful physics integrating a good mix between simulation and arcade. It's really hard to argue against it. Now, with the recent announcement of Need for Speed Heat, I understand that these two games are not direct competition to one another. They both celebrate open world racing very differently. However, through the eyes of the public, majority of them will most likely choose between which one they want to buy for Christmas. Now, this video isn't about which series or game is better, but looking at the Need for Speed Heat's car list, it looks pretty damn amazing given that every single vehicle in that game will have extensive visual customization. Although Forza Horizon 4's car list is larger by more than 5 times, there's still 8 exclusive cars that we want from Need for Speed Heat. Starting off with number 1, the BMW M2 Competition. Yes, I know that in Horizon 4 we already have the BMW M2, but it's nice to have an upgraded version come out stock from the game. It's not the same even when you could possibly modify and tune the base M2 into the competition spec, as there are slight changes to the exterior and interior that we just can't replicate, producing an impressive 410 brake horsepower, which is, well, a lot more than the base M2. 0 to 60 can be achieved in nearly 4 seconds flat. But if we put things into hindsight, yeah, it's probably not going to be much of a difference to the normal M2, and it is very questionable whether people will even care. However, for car enthusiasts like myself, where every car model is a symbol of difference, yeah, it definitely would be cool. Number 2, the Ferrari FXX K Evo. Wow, so perhaps the latest and most hardcore Ferrari we currently have in Horizon 4 is the Ferrari FXX K. It essentially is a LaFerrari beefed up so much that it is no longer road legal, however still can be purchased by the public. Well, kind of. But did you know that there is another step up to the FXX K, and that is the FXX K Evo? Alright, technically, if you want to talk about the engine size and power, it is exactly the same as the original FXX K. However, the Evo houses a much more aggressive body kit all around, producing nearly a quarter more downforce than the standard version, and also weighing a total of 90 kilograms less. Of course, some of you may be saying, well, Need for Speed won't have interior views in their cars, so it won't be that fun to drive. But remember, this video is just a small request of cars that we would like to see in Forza, because we've seen it in other games. Number 3, the Ferrari 488 Pista. Oh my goodness. So first it was the Crew 2, which is also another very good open world racer, and now it will also be in Need for Speed Heat with heaps of customization options. I'm honestly going to be so jealous and upset for everyone who just loves playing the Forza series, because yes, we will be missing out. Particularly with Horizon 4's driving physics, it will be so much fun to drive, producing 720 brake horsepower from Ferrari's most powerful V8 engine ever created, and equipped with so many new components. The Pista is not just made for very fast acceleration and top line speed, but its focus is around corners with a name like Pista, which is Italian for track. I could just imagine the smile I would have driving this around the streets of Britain. Who knows, will it be made available in the next monthly update? What do you think? Number 4, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Remember, all these cars I'm mentioning in this video will all be in the upcoming Need for Speed Heat. But it's been 2 years since we've had a new Aventador enter the Horizon or even the Forza series. Yes, the Aventador SV we currently have right now has been fun, and given that it's quite hard to obtain in Horizon 4, it has given the supercar a bit of a stigma to collect it. However, once you do obtain it, the things you can do with it is no different to Forza Horizon 3. But just look at the SVJ, my goodness, the exterior just looks so aggressive. The interior cluster is different. Overall, it's just a much better looking Aventador that would be a much welcome addition to the Horizon series. A car like this doesn't need many aftermarket customization options. We understand that Horizon 4's focus is a little bit different, but just including a car like this in the future update instead of waiting for Forza Motorsport 8 will keep Horizon 4 players happy and wanting to see what is more to come. Oh, and did I also mention that Need for Speed Heat will also include the Roadster version of the SVJ too? Number 5, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Like the Ferrari 488 Pista, this highly requested Huracan Performante that the community is so eager to see in Horizon 4 has appeared in The Crew 2, Assetto Corsa, and now once again in Heat. And here we are, all being left out in the Horizon corner. Not going to lie here, but it does make me a little sad that we haven't seen it yet in Horizon 4, but it makes me respect the car list that Need for Speed Heat has. What makes the Huracan such a fan favorite is not just the naturally aspirated V10 pushed out to its maximum limit, but it's engineered to be lighter and more focused than the standard Huracan, and most importantly, the aesthetics. For whatever reason, Lamborghini always seems to have their aero designs just work perfectly, no matter how aggressive or how subtle it looks. I'm curious, will Playground Games listen to the masses, as this has been the #1 most requested car that the community has asked for? Oh, and the Spider version is also coming into Need for Speed 2. Number 6, the Lamborghini Aventador S. I think you guys get the point with Lamborghinis by now. Need for Speed Heat has a lot of new ones in their game. Whether Ghost Games hold an exclusive license to some of these Lamborghinis, I'm not sure. And remember, Need for Speed Heat will not have cockpit view in their game. So I would assume that the modeling for the cars would be less vigorous and time consuming as opposed to how Horizon 4 and their team would do it. Still, it's always nice to request and speculate. Now overall, I will say that the Aventador S is a lot more subtle than the last two Lamborghinis mentioned on this list. However, the Aventador S still is an improvement over the original Aventador. The power is now up to 740 brake horsepower. It has a higher redline at 8,500 RPM. Overall, just a much more capable car. However, will all this translate in a video game that already has the original Aventador? Possibly, but highly unlikely, which I don't believe Playground Games will bring a car like this into its game because it's just so similar to the standard Aventador. And once again, like the other Lamborghinis, the Roadster version will be a Need for Speed Heat as well. Number 7, the McLaren P1 GTR. Here's a tricky one that I don't understand. The P1 GTR makes an appearance in an open world racer in Need for Speed, yet we haven't seen it in any Forza Horizon series. I know McLaren and Forza have a good relationship with one another, but I don't get why we never got the P1 GTR. I mean, we've seen it in the dev build, and even Ferrari has allowed the FXX K in Horizon 4, and we all know Ferrari hasn't always been the easiest to work with, especially games that allow customization. I'm curious, maybe it's because Heat has a proper racing element to it? I honestly have no idea, but what do you guys think? And lastly, number 8, the Nissan Nismo R35 GTR. Some of you may have thought I would say Need for Speed Heat's cover car, the Polestar, but I'm happy for that car to stay over on Heat just for now, as it's unproven in a video game as to how exciting and fast it really is. And I'm sure Need for Speed would want their Polestar to stay exclusive over there for at least quite some time. So why not bring the most hardcore R35 available that's legal on the road? We've seen this car in many different video games, and it would be nice to see a change in the Japanese supercars in Forza Horizon 4. So there we have it, guys, 8 exclusive cars that I want in Forza Horizon 4 from Need for Speed Heat. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. The full car list can be seen on the actual website. I'll put a link to that down in the description below. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. That would really help me out. And also, if you guys would like to see more Forza Horizon 4 content right here on this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button with notifications turned on. That way you won't ever miss out on another video that goes live. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.